Today, we will talk about the 8 foods that could lower your risk of cancer. A varied diet rich in whole foods may help lower your risk of developing cancer and decrease cancer growth. This can include fatty fish, vegetables, spices, and fruits like berries. What you eat can drastically affect many aspects of your health, including your risk of developing chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. The development of cancer in particular has been shown to be heavily influenced by your diet. Many foods contain beneficial compounds that could help decrease the growth of cancer. There are also several studies showing that a higher intake of certain foods could be associated with a lower risk of the disease. This article will delve into the research and look at 8 foods that may lower your risk of cancer. 1. Broccoli. Broccoli contains sulforaphane, a plant compound found in cruciferous vegetables that may have potent anti-cancer properties. One test tube study showed that sulforaphane reduced the size and number of breast cancer cells by up to 75%. Similarly, an animal study found that treating mice with sulforaphane helped kill off prostate cancer cells and reduce tumor volume by more than 50%. Some studies have also found that a higher intake of cruciferous vegetables like broccoli may be linked to a lower risk of colorectal cancer. However, keep in mind that the available research hasn't looked directly at how broccoli may affect cancer in humans. Instead, it has been limited to test tube, animal, and observational studies that either investigated the effects of cruciferous vegetables or the effects of a specific compound in broccoli. Thus, more studies are needed. 2. Carrots. Several studies have found that eating more carrots is linked to a decreased risk of certain types of cancer. For example, an analysis looked at the results of 5 studies and concluded that eating carrots may reduce the risk of stomach cancer by up to 26%. Another study found that a higher intake of carrots was associated with 18% lower odds of developing prostate cancer. One study analyzed the diets of 1,266 participants with and without lung cancer. It found that current smokers who did not eat carrots were 3 times as likely to develop lung cancer, compared to those who ate carrots more than once per week. Still, remember that these studies show an association between carrot consumption and cancer, but don't account for other factors that may play a role. 3. Beans. Beans are high in fiber, which some studies have found may help protect against colorectal cancer. One study followed 1,905 people with a history of colorectal tumors and found that those who consumed more cooked, dried beans tended to have a decreased risk of tumor recurrence. According to these results, eating a few servings of beans each week may increase your fiber intake and help lower the risk of developing cancer. However, the current research is limited to animal studies and studies that show association but not causation. More studies are needed to examine this in humans, specifically. 4. Berries. Berries are high in anthocyanins, plant pigments that have antioxidant properties and may be associated with a reduced risk of cancer. In one human study, 25 people with colorectal cancer were treated with bilberry extract for 7 days, which was found to reduce the growth of cancer cells by 7%. Similarly, another animal study showed that giving rats a berry extract was found to inhibit several biomarkers of cancer. Based on these findings, including a serving or 2 of berries in your diet each day may help inhibit the development of cancer. Keep in mind that these are animal and observational studies looking at the effects of a concentrated dose of berry extract, and more human research is needed. 5. Cinnamon. Cinnamon is well known for its health benefits, including its ability to reduce blood sugar and ease inflammation. In addition, some test tube and animal studies have found that cinnamon may help block the spread of cancer cells. An animal study also showed that cinnamon extract induced cell death in tumor cells and also decreased how much tumors grew and spread. Including 1/2 to 1 teaspoon, 2 to 4 grams of cinnamon in your diet per day may be beneficial in cancer prevention and may come with other benefits as well, such as reduced blood sugar and decreased inflammation. However, more studies are needed to understand how cinnamon may affect cancer development in humans. 6. Nuts. Research has found that eating nuts may be linked to a lower risk of certain types of cancer. For instance, a study looked at the diets of 19,386 people and found that eating a greater amount of nuts was associated with a decreased risk of dying from cancer. Another study followed 30,708 participants for up to 30 years and found that eating nuts regularly was associated with a decreased risk of colorectal, pancreatic, and endometrial cancers. Other studies have found that specific types of nuts may be linked to lower cancer risk. These results suggest that adding a serving of nuts to your diet each day may reduce your risk of developing cancer in the future. Still, more studies in humans are needed to determine whether nuts are responsible for this association, or whether other factors are involved. 7. Olive oil. Olive oil is loaded with health benefits, so it's no wonder it's one of the staples of the Mediterranean diet. Several studies have even found that a higher intake of olive oil may help protect against cancer. One massive review, made up of 19 studies, showed that people who consumed the greatest amount of olive oil had a lower risk of developing breast cancer and cancer of the digestive system than those with the lowest intake. Another study looked at the cancer rates in 28 countries around the world and found that areas with a higher intake of olive oil had decreased rates of colorectal cancer. Though these studies show that there may be an association between olive oil intake and cancer, there are likely other factors involved as well. More studies are needed to look at the direct effects of olive oil on cancer in people. 8. Turmeric. Turmeric is a spice well known for its health-promoting properties. Curcumin, its active ingredient, is a chemical with anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and even anti-cancer effects. One study looked at the effects of curcumin on 44 patients with lesions in the colon that could have become cancerous. After 30 days, 4 grams of curcumin daily reduced the number of lesions present by 40%. In a test tube study, curcumin was also found to decrease the spread of colon cancer cells by targeting a specific enzyme related to cancer growth. Another test tube study showed that curcumin helped kill off head and neck cancer cells. For the best results, aim for at least 1/2 to 3 teaspoons, 1 to 3 grams, of ground turmeric per day. Use it as a ground spice to add flavor to foods, and pair it with black pepper to help boost its absorption. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.